Hi Sarah, this is your cousin Tony Puente. I'm sitting here with my son Michael Puente. He wants me to share a Christmas story which I recall every year at this time. It was such a great memory that he wants me to share with you.
Okay. Now, Dad, I believe that there were 11 Collaso children, and your mother, Jenny or Juana, was the oldest.
That's correct.
And then Sarah's father, Uncle Tony, was number what?
I think he's number 6 in line.
Number 6 in line. Okay. And then I understand he was a very giving man. Something about working at a furniture store?
Yeah, he worked at a furniture store down on Midway Drive, and he did everything there. He was a salesman, delivery man, repairman. Whatever the boss wanted him to do, he did it. And oftentimes, when he'd go out and make a delivery, the folks would say, "What am I doing with this old furniture?" or "This furniture I don't need anymore." Well, Uncle Tony always knew a family, especially people in our family, who needed furniture. And he would pick it up and deliver it to one of our aunts or somebody in our family that needed furniture. Or even one of his friends, he would deliver it. That's the kind of giving person he was.
Now, I think when you got out of the Marine Corps and you moved back to San Diego, I think maybe somebody else needed furniture that had a little kid.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 1963, we moved back to San Diego, and we moved in next door to my mother's duplex. So when my wife and I moved in, we were such a young couple. And
didn't have much. Huh?
Didn't have anything. I mean, we had nothing when we moved into my mom's house. All we had was a bed and a crib. That crib was for this guy here. That's all we had. Well, Uncle Tony found out about that real quick, and he showed up at our door with the truck with some furniture in it. It wasn't the greatest furniture in the world, but it got us started, and shortly thereafter he brought us pieces of furniture, and we kind of filled up the duplex.
Sounds like a very giving man.
Oh, he was. He thought of everybody all the time. And I remember when I was much younger, when I was just a kid, 10, 12 years old, and my mother and father had bought this duplex. Well, Auntie Angie and Uncle Dave moved in next door, and shortly thereafter, Uncle Tony moved in with them. Well, I didn't have much of a male figure in my life at that time, so Uncle Tony kind of sensed that or saw that in me, because I was starting to get into a little trouble, you know what kids do at an early age. And he started saying, "Hey, come on, go with me over here. I want you to help me do this." So I'd go and do it with him and help him with it. And shortly thereafter, he shows up with this brand new car. Well, it wasn't a brand new car, but it was a lowrider.
Oh yeah, the lowrider. I love this story.
It was cool. Gold color.
So he had a lowrider, huh?
It was a lowrider. It was such a cool, had all that tuck and roll and real fancy customized wheels and all that for that time. And matter of fact, he had a magazine that the previous owner showed him and gave it to him, and had a picture of it in a custom car magazine. So that was really cool. And so I liked hanging with him and cruising with him, going everywhere with him. And every now and then he said, "Come on, I want you to go with me. We're going to Tijuana." Tijuana? We're going to Tijuana for? Well, Uncle Tony was taking bets down to Tijuana to the Caliente racetrack. We'd go down there and he'd buy 5, 10 tickets for his friends and for himself, and he'd come back and he'd give them to the friends and all that. And if he won anything, we'd drive back and collect the money the following day. But I enjoyed riding with him, getting all the attention we got in that customized car he had, lowrider. It was so cool.
And I think you told me a story once about how he would let you hold the money, or...
Oh yeah, yeah. If he won a lot of money, and one time he got a $100 bill, he says, "Hold this for me, would you?" $100 bill? I'd never seen a $100 bill. More or less a $5 bill. And I guess he was showing me that he could trust me. So I took that $5 bill and put it in my pocket, and I kept it for him. Oh, I must have kept it for 3 hours on the ride back coming across the border. And he said, "Hey, you got that $100 bill for me?" Oh, okay, yeah, sure. He trusted me all that time. So
made you feel like a big shot.
Well,
huh?
I did. You know, a kid 12 years old, you know. Yeah, I felt pretty good about that.
But my favorite story about Uncle Tony and what a giving person he was it's a Christmas story.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell us that Christmas story.
Well, I was about 12 years old. You know, I enjoyed hanging with Uncle Tony all the time. Anything he wanted to do, I was there to go help him. one night, Christmas Eve, and I can't recall, it was early 50s, he says, we got something to do tonight. He said, I want you to help me out, okay? Oh, I'd do anything to cruise with him in his car.
But Christmas Eve, what are you doing?
Christmas Eve, yeah, with Christmas Eve, everybody's going to go to bed for Santa Claus. And I said, sure, I'll help you out. So he said, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'll come and knock on your door. I said, okay. So he came about 7:30, and he says, come on, let's go. So I wasn't going to ask him where we're going. I just wanted to cruise with him in his car. So we start cruising, like, man, nobody's out on the streets. Oh, it's Christmas Eve. So we're cruising, we're talking, he's playing the radio, listening to those oldies, and we pull up in front of his furniture store where he works at. What do we... I don't know, maybe he's got to pick something up. He forgot something. He's going to deliver something late at night, Christmas present. And we get out of the car. He says, come on over here. We've got to help me. I noticed there's a big Christmas tree lot next door to the business where he works at. So, and I said, what's going on? He said, the owner told me if none of these Christmas trees were sold by 6 o'clock, I could have any one I want. He could take anything he wanted. So he said, I'm here to get Christmas trees for everybody. So he went, I said, well, the family's got Christmas. Everybody's got Christmas trees. It's like Michael said, there's Charlie Brown Christmas trees. Little short ones, 3 feet tall.
These were working people. Yeah. They didn't have a whole lot of money to be thrown around on Christmas
trees. That's right.
Trees.
Our families, we weren't rich people. And so he said, help me with these things. And I thought we wouldn't get these green Christmas trees. No, help me with these. I don't know if you know. These were flock. They call them flock Christmas trees, where they used to spray some white stuff all over the Christmas trees, where it looked like a snow. And these were tall Christmas trees, 6 feet tall. And
must have been expensive, huh?
Oh, in those days, little Christmas trees we bought were $2, but these were like $10, which is a lot of money. So I helped him load up these white Christmas trees, and we put them in the trunk of the car and put them in the back seat, and then we went to our aunt's homes. And and then I figured out what it was. We got there, and he knocked on the door, and he told my aunts and uncles, here's a Christmas tree for you, a white Christmas tree. So what they were doing was they would take in the white Christmas tree, take the ornaments off the green one, put them on the white one, and get rid of the green one.
So the kids would wake up in the morning and go, oh my goodness, Santa Claus!
Kids, what else could they believe? They could imagine. They got a different Christmas tree. They got presents. And Santa had been there. And even at my house, my sisters got up and thought, Santa been here, Santa. And that was such a warm feeling. All these kids believe in Santa Claus. And it was due to my Uncle Tony.
Wow, what a loving, giving person.
Yeah, he went out of his way. He didn't have to do this. But he went out of his way to make everybody have a happy and Merry Christmas.
So how long has Uncle Tony been gone now? Do you know?
No, it's been so many years, but he's always on my mind when Christmas comes around.
Well, I think the real moral of this story, or maybe not the moral, but the lesson is, how the good deeds that we do in our lives live on well past our physical existence here. And I don't recall ever meeting Uncle Tony. Maybe I had as a child, but as a kid, you're not paying attention to all these, relatives and adults around. Don't know who they are. But here I am, several years later at 51, remembering Uncle Tony and listening to how much richer he made my father's life. So here he actually lives on in spirit. So we wanted to make this video for you, Sarah, and for Uncle Tony's family, and wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
I like that.
Yeah, that was good.